Your beef bill just hit a price that won't go lower for the next 3 years, and it's not for the reason you think. Three forces are hitting all at once, driving costs through the roof, and none of them are reversible on a short timeline.
Ground beef is up 72% since 2020, $6.67 a pound at the national average. In some stores closer to $7. You've been putting it back on the shelf, waiting for the price to come down. It's not coming down. Not this year, not next year. And the reason has nothing to do with anything you've been told to watch. It's not inflation, it's not the Fed, it's not tariffs, it's not the war. Every explanation you've heard is either wrong or irrelevant. The actual mechanism driving the number at the meat counter is biological. It has a timeline, and there's a specific year it starts to ease. But what happens between now and that year is going to make things worse. By the end of this video, you'll understand the mechanism, the timeline, and what you can actually do about it right now. Not Washington, you. 86.2 million cattle and calves in the United States as of January 1st, USDA number. Lowest in 75 years. You have to go back to 1951 to find fewer cattle in this country. The breeding herd is at its lowest since 1961, 8 consecutive years of contraction. Drought across the Great Plains took the grass. No grass means no feed. Ranchers liquidated breeding stock their families built over generations. Not because of the market, because the sky didn't rain. The 2025 calf crop came in 2% smaller. Industry language calls it bullish. It's about to get tighter. Darrell Peel at Oklahoma State. The story continues. It really doesn't change the pattern we've been in for the last 3 years. An average family buying 2 pounds a week pays over $200 more per year than 5 years ago. Same beef, same store. Before diesel surcharges, before energy pass-through, before anything from the Iran war touches the price, you can't rate cut a cow into breeding faster. You can't executive order a calf into existence. The biological cycle is 30 months from the decision to retain a heifer to the day the beef reaches a store shelf. No shortcut. Now the second force. This one makes the first one worse. November 2024. A flesh-eating parasite moving north. The New World screwworm, eradicated in '66, is back. Moved through Central America into southern Mexico. Detection 700 miles from the Texas border. May 2025. Agriculture Secretary Rollins shut the border. Effective immediately. Reopened briefly, then closed again. As of February 2026, no plans to reopen. In normal years, roughly 1 million feeder cattle cross that border, removed from the American pipeline overnight. Those cattle didn't wait. The border closed and the animals entered Mexican feedlots instead. Mexico's production is up. The closure redirected 1 million head into Mexico's domestic market, already processed, already beef, in Mexico. Opening the border tomorrow releases nothing into the American supply chain. The animals are gone permanently. Every month the border stays closed is another month of cattle absorbed into the Mexican market that will never reach an American plate. The fly isn't just blocking imports. It's stalling the one biological process that fixes the supply, keeping heifers for breeding. Third force, the economics turning against the fix. Ranchers making record money per head. Steer prices at their highest ever. But a heifer kept for breeding is a heifer not sold at record prices. The rancher is paid to sell and punished to hold. Cost of capital is significantly higher. Aging producers, urban sprawl, and capital availability are major headwinds. Kevin Good, turnaround is going to be very slow. Even the optimists were wrong. The herd shrank again in 2026. Tyson closed its Lexington plant. 5% of national capacity gone. Packers running 13% below capacity. Fewer buyers for fewer cattle. The consumer pays more regardless. None of this responds to a rate cut or a tariff deal. The moment ranchers began expanding, keeping heifers, the food supply gets tighter immediately. A heifer kept for breeding leaves the food chain that day. She doesn't produce a calf until 2027. The physical floor of beef availability is projected for 2027. The year most people expect relief is the year supply hits its absolute worst. Because the animals pulled from slaughter to breed are the same animals that would have been on the shelf. Every heifer retained is a steak that disappears today and a calf that appears in 30 months. That gap, 2027, is the most expensive window in the entire cycle.
Hey, real quick, sorry to interrupt, but if this video is clicking for you and it's making sense, then I want to point you towards something that goes deeper. The real estate crash bundle that I put together gives you a playbook on how to win at the absolute bottom of the real estate market. When everyone else is scared and selling, you're going to be buying and crushing it. I've got 4 courses for the price of one. Links down below. Take a look at it. It'll blow your mind. I think your satisfaction will be there. Now let's move on.
In 1952, the herd bottomed. Prices stayed elevated for 6 years. Today, 3 forces make it harder. 2028 is when it starts easing, but American households are already trading down. Chicken, pork, blended patties, families that switch protein habits during 2 years of record prices don't automatically switch back. The habit forms. Menus get reformulated. Fast food operators reduce beef content in patties. Commercial kitchens sign new contracts with poultry suppliers. The policy response will be to promote alternatives, subsidize poultry, push blended products into schools. Beef is becoming a premium protein. The family that used to buy it twice a week, that era is closing. When supply eventually recovers in 2028, the demand base that returns will be smaller than the one that left. If you're waiting for $4 beef, it doesn't exist anymore. This is the new normal forming right now. So what do you actually do? Buy beef now. The price today is the lowest it's going to be until 2028. Find a local rancher. Buy direct. Skip the packer markup. Most states have directories of producers association. Shift protein when it makes sense. Pork and poultry production is growing. Use that price gap. Everyone else is waiting for Washington to fix something it can't touch. You already know the date, 2028.